Hi guys, I'm really excited about the project I'm going to work on today, so thank you for joining me. I found a couple of really cute things, and I'm going to turn them into a little accent throw pillow. So I'm going to make this cute dog themed accent pillow, and here are my materials. I have a couple different sources for these. So the main star of the show is this Rescued is My Favorite Breed t-shirt that I got from the 99-cent Goodwill. And I couldn't leave this behind because Rescued is my favorite breed. I'm gonna use one of my dog's old bandanas as accent. I'm gonna kind of put this on the side of the graphic. And then I'm gonna use my Merlot colored corduroy that I have a little bit left of this. This was a 2X dress, corduroy dress. All I have left was the top, and it's the perfect amount to make the back of my pillow. And I'm gonna make it with kind of a flap so that you can insert the pillow in and out to wash the cover. Oh yeah, and then I have this pillow that I got from the curb, and you're probably gonna say, ew, why would you take a pillow off the curb? But I threw this in the wash and sanitized it, so it doesn't bother me. I'm just gonna take off this fabric and stuff my pillow with this curb pillow stuffing.
The first thing that I had to do was measure my pillow size, which was 14 by 14 inches. And then I had to cut out my front graphic and position it so that it would be right in the center of the front of my pillow. So since I needed to have seam allowance, I cut the height of my graphic to 15 inches, and then the width I did 11 inches because I wanted to have a little bit of the trim on the two sides. And so on my bandana, there were a couple of rips I had to work around, but I cut 2-inch strips off that were also 15 inches in length. And you can see that I did mess one up first, so I actually ended up cutting out 3, but I only used 2 for either side. And then once I had my strips the right size, I laid that fabric right side down on the front of my main graphic and pinned that into place where I wanted to sew. Now at my sewing machine, I'm first sewing a little bit of extra fabric onto my bottom of the back of my pillow just because it wasn't wide enough. And then I'm sewing my trim fabric onto the sides of my graphic. And now the front is finished. Next, I'm lining up my front material and my back material, and because I'm doing the back in 2 different pieces, I line up the top piece with the top of my pillow, the bottom piece with the bottom of my pillow, and then I sew along that one seam before I even touch the sides. And once my back and front right sides are sewed together, I then sew along my sides with one of those backing pieces in front of the other to make that little flap that we talked about for the pillow to be inserted. And I actually did sew the wrong flap in front, so you'll see in a little bit I have to go back and redo that, but it wasn't a big deal. Then because my measuring skills are not the greatest, I had to trim off some extra fabric from my backing material to make everything exactly right. Flipped it right side out, and it's ready to be stuffed. I opened up my curb pillow, and here is where I realized that I had the wrong side on front for my back flap. So I just took those stitches out and re-sewed it. And then also after test stuffing, I realized I needed a little Velcro to hold those flaps in place. So I picked out my Velcro, cut it, put it into place, and then finally sewed it on. My sewing machine hates the harder side of the Velcro, so this was a little tricky for me, as it always is, but it came out all right. Now I just have to stuff my pillow and close that Velcro and we're good to go.